Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Astrazerd from YGG Gaming. Today, I have a pretty long game for you. Now, it's sort of okay. Before I get into that, down in the bottom left corner of Dusk Towers, we have Wizard of Oz, and in the top right corner, we have myself, Astrazerd. So, now, this game was pretty interesting, and you'll see why. But this is really good for if you want to learn how to counter the famous Archon, Zealot, Immortal. Pretty much just like Death Ball as a Zerg player, then this will show you kind of how you're supposed to do it. So we'll just speed through a little bit here in the beginning because this is the standard. He's getting an early expansion, which is pretty important to note, as I am also getting an early expansion, and that is going to be interesting. Let me turn on. There we go. So you can see here the standard wall off. He's doing a gateway into a cyber core. Most Protoss players will go gateway, cyber core, robofac. But so you can see here, I'm just macroing up. Both of us are just macroing up with our bases. Here it gets interesting. We've got 2 gateways and a Stargate hidden from me, so I can't see it. Now, he's pumping on Oracle first, so it's either he's going to go into Void Rays or Phoenixes. And here you guys, Warp Gate almost done, getting units, still macroing. There's the Robo fact. And now I have the 3rd base, but I don't know he has the Oracle coming, and my queens are on the other side, so he can easily come around and just pick off like 7 drones before anything happens. So once that finishes, he's gonna go right here, so he can harass this mineral line. And now I'm starting to pump out some units, and my macro is doing fine. Except for my scouting. My scouting, if I had been able to see this, I would have been fine. So we're perfectly macroing, keeping everything up to date. So there are the Phoenixes. So you know that's what he plans on doing. I just now see the Oracle with that, so I throw down a Spore Caller, I move the Queen around, I try to pick it off. Basically, if you get attacked by Oracles, put your Queens in your mineral line, and get down some Spore Callers. And then you can see here he just puts a Revelation out so he can see my army. Meanwhile, he starts to build up his forces with a Observer, I guess, for lurkers. And then here comes the Phoenixes to pick off some Overlords. Now it's just time to macro up and make sure I have everything I need. The layer goes down for myself, and 2 Evo Chambers go. Those Evo Chambers are pretty late. You usually want to have those around halfway through the layer. Especially if you're going Roach Ravager, you want to have those going for you so you can just get upgrade, and this upgrade. And we have a very quick Hydra Den, so we might be seeing some lurker play. On the Protoss side, you can see throwing down 2 more gateways, or sorry, a 4 Dene gateway, as well as getting some sentries, and a lot of sentries. Wow, that's a little too many. 4 is really the max, I would say. But you can see here these Phoenixes are doing work. I can see the Oracle still. And now I'm starting to do a little bit more macro. 3 Overlords popping, that's a lot. So maybe a lot of Roaches? Possibly. But also the fact that they're getting picked off, so that does make sense. Here comes the first Immortal, and wow, 4 more gateways going down. So we're looking to see a lot of gateway play. This is going to be 8 gateways in total, as well as another gateway, so 9 gateways. But also not macroing up as well as before, needing to, and really needs to start doing that. Just now starting, I see, but getting +1 upgrades here and +1/+1 over here is halfway through, as well as Hydra. So it looks like he's gonna go into Hydras, probably not lurkers at the moment. Maybe after the Phoenix Threat is gone. And here you can see macros starting to occur and stalkers. So you can see right here, this oracle is still here. So what oracles can be used for is after the early game, and we have a Phoenix Wrath, you can use these oracles to swoop in and put a revelation on the army so you can see, do they have lurkers, how many units do they have, do I need to be macroing up. Protoss is not doing very well with their economy. They're just sitting on a whole bunch of minerals. Fourth base going down. The drone to probe count is fairly decent. It's 2 off. But once this fourth base is done, it'll not be as balanced. But you can see here, starting to warp in lots of Zealots. So this is kind of how you start the Zealot Archon build. You get Sentries, Stalkers, and a lot of Zealots, and a lot of Immortals. You can do double Robo, like he's doing here. That'll get you the Immortal a lot faster, which is really good. The supply is about 20 off, though. So there's a difference between... Because if you have a lot of supply, then yeah, it might look good, but it's about effectiveness of supply and your unit composition. So here, a lot of Zerglings. Zerglings versus Immortals are really good. The Zerglings are a smart idea, but you can and you can see the revelations. But if you have like a lot of Roach Ravager against the Archon Immortal Zealot, and you have like 50 more supply, doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna win. You might still win, but it's a little harder than if you have some Zerglings thrown in there. So the fourth base is going down, probably going to be seeing some macro. This Protoss is getting a pretty early fourth base as well, and probably going to see the Twilight. Wow, a lot of gateways going down, but probably going to see the Twilight. Sorry, the High Templar coming out. Templar Archives, there we go. I was thinking of the Twilight Council. But 2-2 upgrades going now, and only 1-1 going to be finished soon. It's not looking... And we can see I'm starting to move out, and there's another revelation, and as well as the Observer, so it's going to be interesting to see how, because that's a lot of Immortals. 5 Immortals, they're just going to pound through. Which is why you kind of want to focus fire on Immortals, because if you don't, they're going to just destroy all of your Roaches. And Zealots in the front, they just take out the Roaches while the Immortals pump them. Roaches do counter Zealots though, so that is something. That one Ravager not having a good day there. That force field, it was probably thinking, oh my goodness, help me. So, this battle's really, the battle's going to be won because of the Immortals. These Hydras are going to pick through the Immortals, though. Hydras are pretty good against Immortals, but you can see more Roaches coming. Zerglings really need to be coming out now. I would say that's probably the best, because without that, it's not going to be a good day. Zerglings at a high number can counter Stalkers as well as Immortals. And you can see more Ravagers being made. The fourth base is being saturated, but here it is now just being saturated as... Where is they going? That was interesting. Being saturated as well as Photon Cannon to protect. Another revelation. Scouting for the fifth. Don't see it. I'm taking a fifth now. Creep spread is looking very good. But this is just a lot of Immortals, and really, there needs to be okay, there's the Infestation Pit. Need to go into a hive and get some Brood Lords or something like that. That would counter this army very well, but yeah, this is where I need to start. Really, at this point, when you see they have a lot of Immortals and stuff, like 7 Immortals, and then there are the Archons. So this is the moment where any Zerg player needs to transition into the hive, and don't get Mutas because they'll get shredded. You need to get Brood Lords, maybe Ultralisks. I would not suggest Ultralisks with 7 Immortals, but you need to get Air, because that's not a lot of Stalkers, and Brood Lords will just pick through everything. You need to make sure you have something in front, but you can see here 200 to 200. maybe a Nidus Worm into the back of the base here to pick out the Robos or something like that. That'd be a really good move, especially with 200 supply. Need to do something. These lurkers are just sitting in the corner. Might do something, but if they get picked off, it's pretty much over. So we have this Oracle. This Oracle's, oh wow, this Oracle's still alive, and that's not the best thing. More gateways coming down. It's a lot of gateways. But for 4-base Protoss, early 4-base, now you can see all these minerals that are stacked up for Ashes, and the lurkers are starting to say they need to back up into lurkers. That's good. Pick off that Archon if possible, and this is why you need focus fire. And there it goes. But yeah, you can just see it. There's the hive going, and it's almost done. And this hive tech, you need to put it on the spire, and don't put an ultra cavern, because that's not going to be a good day for your ultras if they get pounded by 8 or more. That's just not fun. So right now, a little bit of quote harass, but really the transition should have occurred at least 3 minutes ago. If that hive tech had been researching and done, and you can see nothing is still being done because of the focus on the micro. So this is where macro comes in handy, and you can see here as well, nothing going on here. If this 5th base had been going, the mineral count is just too high because of the amount of stuff being because of the 2020 maxed out for so long. But really, all that's left is a lot of Immortals. Zealots just being warped in. Really need to go for something right now. These roaches, yeah, they're gonna do a little. There's the Ultra Cavern. So unless these ultras are these Immortals are picked off, 10 Immortals is just a bad day. There are only 8 Stalkers. This is not a good idea by Ash Desert. Only 8 Stalkers and 10 Immortals. 10 Immortals will pound through the Ultras. Archons are not good against Immortals, but they will do something briefly, and there's a 5th base going for Wizard. But yeah, these Archons are just not going to be good against these sorry, these Immortals are not going to be good for these roaches. They're just going to pound through them, and it's just going to be a bad day. The Ultra Cavern is now done. We're going to see lots of Zerglings, and Adrenal Lands need to be upgraded. Chitinous Plating is being researched, but I don't know. It's just he has to pull this off if he wants to do something. Now going to the 5th base, more gateways being thrown down, Revelations being thrown on, but right now it's just bad day for these roaches. I don't really know why. And you can see a lot of Zerglings being stacked up here. They really need to just go in right now. If these Zerglings went in, they would do a lot of damage. So here we have, he moves up into the back. This is really, he's going to be cornered here. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh, this is oh my goodness. Oh. Wow. Wow. So you can see here that this army would have lost miserably, but with that surround from the Zerglings, he just took out the entire army. Oh my gosh. He just destroyed that entire army with that mass amount of Zerglings that came up from behind. Oh my goodness. That just changed the entire... Wow. That just made the game. He won the game. There's no way you can come back from that. You can't. These ultras are just... There's no Immortals. There are 2 Immortals. No longer 10. 2 Immortals versus 4 Ultralisks. 8 Ultralisks. This is gonna be... No. This... I don't see how he can win. The supply is 60 off. He cannot win this game now. This is over. Now the Ultralisks are going to move in. Phoenixes are able to scout this, but this is... it doesn't matter how much you scout it. You're not going to be able to see it. Probably should have waited. Okay, there is a Chitinous Plating. Yeah, this game. Like 4 Immortals versus 6 Ultras, still not going to do enough. Especially with more Ultras coming in, Hydralisks coming in. Wow, that was really amazing play by Astrazerd with the surround. Wow. And then now just getting torn apart by Ultralisks. It's a beautiful, beautiful sight. Just take a moment. Turn up the volume. This is Astrazerd from YGD Gaming. Have a great day.